Peace, this is Asai Mystic, and right now I am talking about how your sense of value as the Divine Feminine is what creates a successful man. It also creates a successful you, and how your success naturally brings the Divine Masculine success. How your sense of value is equivalent to your success and the success of the Divine Masculine and all of your children and all of existence. So let me go ahead and get started. I decided to talk about this subject because I noticed that I just noticed that people don't really get it the way I think that they should. So there's a lot of ideas and thoughts that if I make myself more available or make myself more conforming to the way the structure of this man is, or when we meet a man and we are getting to know a man and we see certain things that he likes and certain things that he disliked, we see that as like, or some women will see that as like a part of who he is, and might even start to mend and bend their own internal emotions because of the knowledge that he brings forth based on who he is or who he thinks he is. So I hope y'all are following me so far. So for example, if a woman meets a man and the man comes to her in a certain state of being, and this state of being isn't up to her, may not be up to her highest level of standards or her highest level of desire, but it's something and it's more than what she's used to, then there's a lot of women who will convince you that you should mend and morph and bend and conform to the way this man's thought pattern is, or mend and bend and conform to the way this man is, because you have a responsibility as a woman to be the stronghold for not only yourself but your family, your community, everyone. And I think this thought and this perception is really twisted in deep ways, because what it ends up doing is it makes women bend, mend, and conform to things that do not serve our higher nature. It serves our lower nature. It serves our devaluing, essentially. And the way it devalues us is through the idea that I must be valued and I must be important, and in order to be valued and to be important, I have to conform and I have to mend and bend and fit into this image that I know deep down I'm really not okay with, I'm really not good with, but I'm gonna do it because I've been thrown into this such a masculinity to where I feel like I need to compete. I feel like I need to size myself up to other women, and the value that I have in relationship with other women. And so in order to increase my value, I'm going to conform, I'm going to compete, I'm going to just do all kinds of things that is really a deep-seated desire to want to be valued. And that's not the real way of attaining value and creating the type of results that we want to see in this world. See, a lot of women are small-minded in a sense to what they can do here on this planet. A lot of women are small-minded into thinking, or maybe I won't even say small-minded, maybe that's just all they aspire to, is to just get money, get a husband, and live happily ever after. Well, the reality is there is a much bigger role at play here, or purpose. This ends up doing when women put themselves into this role of needing to conform in order to feel valued. They end up accepting things as their reality, as truth. They end up accepting life as the way it is. This is just the way it is. And what this does is this isn't her higher nature. This isn't her highest being. When she isn't in that state of my highest level of desire and my highest level of being, is what's really real, is what's really for me. And when she accepts things and is okay with things that isn't her highest level of desire, she loses touch with what is actually her highest level of desire. And what this does is she innately devalues herself. So while she's trying to be this woman that people value, she's devaluing herself, because she's not valuing her own soul, what her own voice has to say. So the value that you put on you, the value that you have within your own being, is what sparks and makes a successful man. So many women want a man that's already successful, that's already this great person with all this money and all this respect. However, it takes an energy to create this type of energy. And so I'm not making women responsible for the vast amount of like broke, tired, homeless, whatever men that are out there. But what I am saying is, if you never value yourself in your relationship with the person that you're in a relationship with, if you never have enough energy to respect yourself and put yourself on a pedestal, and even really know what that means to respect yourself and value yourself, then you are doing him a disservice every single time. Because what you'll end up doing is enabling him to stay at the level that he may be at. And what high level women do, or high value women do, is they inspire him to go up. They inspire him to go up, not by always being there and being this loyal dog that just always comes and licks his toes and whatever when he needs his toes licked. That's not how he rises and rises and rises. How he rises is by you respecting yourself and you having your own values that you set in place for yourself, that you value within yourself. So it's like a level of discipline that you have. And a lot of people think discipline is something that you know, whooping somebody, or you whooping yourself to get things done, or you're implementing and enforcing discipline, when really all discipline is having the enough energy to say no to things that long term isn't going to work out for you. So that is the discipline that creates a high level and high value woman. And this value innately inspires in a man to do better, to be great, to be successful, to make the money, and a lot of that comes along with not just value, but also spirituality, which I will talk about in another video. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, and see you in the next video.